afternoon, viewers. Thank you very much for watching Punchline Africa Television, broadcasting from the Political Command Center in Nairobi and in Mombasa, respectively. I don't know whether I'm being heard properly, but let me put on my I am always very lazy in putting on this thing on my, I don't know. Very lazy, just bear with me a minute. Yes. Good afternoon, viewers. Thank you very much. We are here in Punchline Africa, MATSANGA Africa Perspective. Punchline Africa Television has the pleasure of an exclusive interview right from Abuja, the capital city of Nigeria, where we are watching events in that country. Is Nigeria falling apart? So many things have happened in this country. So many things are taking place in this country. This country called Nigeria seems to be falling to pieces, in that there is no day in, no day out, that you sleep and you tune on national, international televisions, and you fail to see something coming from Nigeria which is very negative. It's the country falling apart. Are the leaders there? Do we have leaders? In the south, the Biafrans are being hit. They are being tortured, they are being beaten, they are being poisoned, they are being done every type of thing that you want to talk about by the Buhari regime. Is this country falling apart? Chinua Achebe wrote in his book, Things Fall Apart. And perhaps for me, I've been away for too long. Obianika told Okonkwo, a white man has put a knife on the things that held us together. A white man has brought me milk, a bicycle that drinks milk, meaning oil and water were mixed and it made a white foam. We have fallen apart. This country, Nigeria, seems to have fallen apart. Buhari seems to have let this country go to dogs. Buhari, with a population of 200 million people, the East African communities uniting, is uniting while the West African ECOWAS is going to military coups. Coups and coups are coming in West African French-speaking countries. What is going on in Africa? What has happened in Africa? Why is Africa like this? I am Dr. David MATSANGA, the founder and the chairman of Punchline Africa TV. I stand firm with the people of Biafra for a democracy that they deserve. I have no regrets to speak for them because they don't pay me to speak. I am an African, Pan-Africanist. Today, President Museveni in Kampala, in Nairobi today, he talked about the same things that I had talked about in the morning. Pan-Africanist, don't speak of your tribe. Don't speak of your country. Do you know where you were supposed to belong? Why are you speaking of your country? Thank you, President Museveni. Today, Pan-Africanist. I speak as a Pan-African. I am not a paid Pan-African. I am an African who 6 years ago decided I would defend the people of Biafra. Defended them up to the end until they get their independence. Why? In 1967, I was grown up. My father took me to Kampala, the capital city. There was a meeting. My father was a politician. I was left in a place called Naguru. In the news, I saw the delegates, the delegation, Biafran delegation and Nigerian delegation of Yakubu Gowon and Ojukwu delegations. They all came to Kampala to negotiate the peace that stopped the 1967 war, 66 war to 67. It was done in Kampala. My late president, whom I served later in 1980, I did not know that I would serve him in his capacity, and I remained there until we meet in heaven or hell, wherever he is, we shall meet together. But I will not change my position. He was a Pan-African. He died a Pan-African. He wanted more of Africa than more of Uganda. Dr. Milton Obote was the first person who recognized Nigeria, Biafra from Nigeria. Obote, Nyerere, Kaunda, Haile Selassie, they became radicals. They recognized Biafra. I have links with Biafrans. One of my daughters is married to Biafra. One of my daughters is married to a Biafran. And I'm struggling for them, for the future of that country. I therefore want to make it very categorical, very clear, that no threats, no amount of threats will threaten us. We speak the truth. Buhari, you have fallen apart. Buhari's government system has fallen Nigeria to pieces. If anybody wants to check, go and check. See the kidnap, the killings, the abductions, the Boko Haram. How many girls have gone into slavery, kidnapped, killed, sexually molested? How many? Is this a country that you can call a country? Is this a country? Or it is just a shamba of banana republics that we see on the continent of Africa? Viewers, before I leave Miriam to give us a background. And before I bring in Captain Chikwas Enu Ikepe, live from Abuja, and bring in more people, I want to tell you one message. That in Africa, a male dog loses smell when it's about to die. I want to repeat that in Africa, a male dog loses smell when it is about to die. You try, you'll see what I'm talking about. Today, the Biafra we want comes at an hour when Nnamdi Kanu and others who have been struggling for freedom of that country are under the siege and the hammer of Buhari. Today is the day that Nnamdi Kanu is being brought to court to answer charges, a British national, an integrated global citizen who has let us down. Someone has let the world down. Why is the British government not asking for their national to be given a fair trial? Why? These are the reasons. That's why I said, let me come and say the truth and nothing but the truth. What is going on in Africa ashames us Africans. We are looking for integration. But you can't look for integration when Cameroon, Biafra are bleeding. You are looking for African trade. But you can't trade when Nigeria cannot trade. You are looking for unity. You can't have unity when Somalia is breaking to pieces. We need a peaceful coexistence of nations of Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, Miriam, give us a background of this case. Back to you in the studios in Nairobi. I'm Dr. David Matanga, right in Mombasa, the second capital of Kenya, live here, and the world kicking, telling Buhari, you were general, I was also a general. You are a 4-star. Mine is brigadier general. We are in the same way out. But Mr. Buhari, don't threaten people. Give people freedom. Don't oppress the Biafrans. Don't kill people. Sort the Boko Haram out to mess. Your mess of Boko Haram must be sorted out. We can't hear the story of kidnap every day. There's nothing good that comes from Nigeria. People live under poverty. We are busy running to Ukraine. We are voting our votes. Thank you very much for Africa listening to me yesterday. Some of you voted. I think abstained. You better abstain, because once you vote wrongly, you could be wrongly misunderstood. You better abstain. Yes, because the problems that we have don't need us to be dragged into an affair where a man, George Soros, took money. So Chakwera in Malawi is right to take money. He takes money from George Soros. And he comes here to pretend that he's a Pan-African. He takes money. Malawi is George Soros' colony. So what can you do? You can't vote without George Soros. You will remove the money. So thank you very much. Miriam, bring us up to date. The topic is Nigeria is falling apart. Chinawa Achebe was right. Things cannot hold together. That is my position.
Very well, Doc. Thank you so much for that introduction, even as we wait to link up with our correspondent in Abuja. And because today Nnamdi Kanu's trial resumed, so the latest, Nigerian authorities issued new guidelines for trials of persons charged with terrorism in the Federal High Court. The measures include a ban on media coverage of court proceedings unless ordered by the trial judge, according to a statement from the Nigerian Federal Court. Only judges, lawyers and parties to a case are to be allowed into courtrooms. There will be tight security during such trials, with members of the public barred from accessing the perimeter distance around the court building. The identities and contact details of victims and witnesses shall not be disclosed for their safety. And Justice John Tehembe Shoho, the Chief Justice of the Federal High Court, gave the new Federal High Court practice directions to ensure security and safety, the statement noted. It is said that any person who violates these guidelines shall be deemed to have committed an offense contrary to the country's anti-terrorism law. The authorities say the measure announced on Thursday take effect immediately. This comes a day that happened yesterday before the trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and a ruling on charges against him by the Nigerian government related to treason and terrorism is expected today in Abuja. Mr. Kanu's group is agitating for a breakaway state of Biafra in southeast Nigeria. So it looks as though this law that was put in place was targeted, from what is being seen, was targeted towards this ruling that is pending in the court today, targeting Nnamdi Kanu, of course.
Thank you very much. Can we cross over? Thank you, Miriam, for that background. Here we have Gladio Kiragu, and we have Captain Chikwas Enu Ikipe, live from Nigeria, in Abuja. Captain, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It is good afternoon from here, Dr. David, and other members therein. Today is the 7th day of April, 2022, and today, as we all know, had been slated for the matter of the IPOB leader, the trial of the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, whom has been charged with 15 count charges. Today is supposedly the very day that the court would be all of these matters. So those charges are expected to be quashed or to take its course proper in the trial. So that is why we are here. In a couple of minutes, we are going to see how everywhere is better off. So thank you for now. I'm trying to bring to us how. Okay, I believe we can behold the environs of the court premises. As usual, the court authorities has barred every media personnel to cover what is happening today in court. Let me also bring to mind what happened before now, although it was a later release from the Chief Justice of the Federal High Court. And it was said that Nnamdi Kanu's trial would be scheduled at the Code of Conduct Tribunal. In the case that Nnamdi's trial, most of them are affiliated to terrorism. So that was what we were told in the morning hours, but as we can see, everything took the other way, U-turn, as I am talking to you now. Instead of that Code of Conduct Tribunal, the matter is here, where it has been made before the Court of Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court. So today is supposedly the day we would know whether or not Nnamdi Kanu would be allowed to go home. Thank you, Doctor.
All right. That is our correspondent, Captain Chikwas.
I can see the cars coming in as Nnamdi Kanu being brought in.
Yeah, Nnamdi Kanu, the high court leader, was allowed in, I think, a couple of minutes ago. He is inside the courtroom as we speak. But in antithesis, there is no media personnel in the courtroom. So more or less, I don't know, we should call this a secret trial, because there are a couple of media personnel outside the court premises, coupled with a host of IPOB supporters, Nnamdi Kanu supporters. As you can see, we have myriad of people here in hundreds. All of these persons we are seeing here are standing in solidarity with Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader. So there are people here, people convened here from all the nooks and crannies of Abuja, by extension from the eastern region of Nigeria, that is Biafra. People gathered here in solidarity with their tribal wears, with their ethnic clothing, as you can see. And I must also spell out that this clothing, special clothing you see here, was drawn from what the trial justice, the ruling they gave during the last sitting. It was said that Nnamdi Kanu should discontinue the motive or the intention, I should say, of putting on a preferred clothing he wanted to have worn, you know. And also, we should also know that Nnamdi Kanu in question has been bereft of his clothing. He has been on one clothing since 29th of June, 2021, and this is almost, it has gone past 6 months. He has been denied clothing, putting on one clothing ever since up until now. So that is the situation report. All these persons here gathered are members of the indigenous people of Biafra. I am also made to understand that a couple of persons here, as you can see, there are a few persons holding a flex banner. I'm made to understand that these persons here on this flex banner are nowhere to be found. They are missing persons, and they are supposed to be held and abducted, I must say, by the military personnel, by the Departments of State Security Services, DSS, and men of the Nigerian Army, allegedly. So they are here. His friends, supporters, and team members are here portraying his pictures, his images, you know, and demanding for the release or the arraignment of these persons, unknown persons, missing persons hearing. So that is the situation.
Captain, in essence, there are thousands and thousands of people missing in Biafra whom you have never seen for many years.
Of course, and in due course, I think in due course we're gonna bring on camera someone with a lucid explanation of how this happened, the whereabouts of these individuals, whom we believe are nowhere to be found for a couple of months and now. So this is the situation report, and I don't know. They are yet to be arraigned to court, and on the other way around, they have refused to be released. So we go ahead, please.
All right.
Nigeria, Nigeria looks like a state collapsing. Can I conclude from where I'm seated from that the state has collapsed and it has remained a walking ghost?
Of course. Permit me, Doctor, to bring to the camera one of the persons here who will tell us what transpired, so that there would be a clear report to our viewers what has happened so far regarding these people we are seeing here. So we are going to talk to one member here. Please, what is your name? Have to tell us your name and the activities or what happened concerning this flex banner you are holding here. Go ahead, please.
My name is Comrade the alumni chairman of all the students. It's quite appalling that here in Nigeria, that they don't, not just something that is repugnant last country in the world, but it's the worst that you can find in any society. This is Comrade Nnamdi Solomon. He was
Can you, yes, put the banner, yes, he was abducted.
Now, for 1 year, they didn't get to hear from him. We didn't know his whereabouts. They brought him to court earlier this year, in February. And the men of justice refused to bring him to court 4 consecutive times. Now, we don't know if Comrade Solomon is dead or alive. We are asking DSS to provide him. He's our brother. He's our comrade. He's a veteran. He's a young student. He's a young leader. They should provide him. He's dead or alive. Want to see him. So that continue his education. I don't know why bandits and other serious security threats in Nigeria are operating up there in the north. So, and down here in the south, instead of you to allow the young people to have their way.
Okay. Okay, Captain, thank you very much. Captain Ikipe, thank you very much. We have taken the picture that we wanted of the younger man that we shall say.
Yes.
Hello.
That is what we wanted. No.
Yes.
There are people who have disappeared. People who have disappeared, they are not being seen for 1 year. This is a country that is falling apart. The African Union, the European Union, the United Nations are blind. Nobody is talking about this country falling apart. Thousands, 1,000 people not missing in one particular region. Nobody is bothered. So for us, this is a sad day for me and for many people, millions. We have been on this case for many years. And this gives me more anger, more depression that this country might never come out of what it is. Buhari regime has definitely let down the entire Nigeria. The whole thing is a circus. People kidnapped in the morning, at night, killed in North, in Madiguri, in Kanu, in all states. It's like a mafia's country where people kill each other every day. This is not what I expected. Captain, make your remarks, then I come to Gladwell Kiraku.
Yeah, thank you very much, Doctor. You know, when you were talking about how Africa has fallen apart, my mind went back to the 1920s to bring into mind the works of the Irish poet. I think his name is Doctor, is he a doctor? The person that wrote The Second Coming, where these very things fall apart was derived. I'm trying to remember his name. W.B. Yeats. W.B. Yeats is his name. He was the person that wrote The Second Coming, and where he made us to understand that the falcons can no longer hear the falconer. So I remembered quickly his works, and what is happening now is no different from what this very man wrote in the 1920s. Because as we speak in Africa, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things have fallen apart, and the center can no longer hold. Near anarchy he began. Near anarchy is losing upon the world, and the broad dim tide is losing everywhere. That is the case of Africa. That is the case of Nigeria in particular, which is supposedly the giant of Africa. Everything happening here, if you remember, or if you are in the know, what happened a couple of weeks ago, consecutively in the north, where a series of attacks, bandit attacks, happened in the north, in Kaduna, especially. There were attacks in the airport, there were attacks along the railway, there were attacks along the Kaduna, Abuja Kaduna expressway. All these things happened consecutively, concurrently, within a few days. And one could ask, when all these things were happening, what has the authorities done so far to curb the menace? What has the authorities done so far to bring to book the perpetrators of these very actions? No, nothing would be done, because I believe all of these are the handiwork of the politicians, So how would someone live? There is a proverbial saying from where I come from, somebody living their homestead, which is on fire, to chasing a mere rodent, So your country, your home is on fire, and you are not talking about that. You are not making any effort to bring in peace in your country, and you are going about to hunting mere citizens whom are innocent. Not even charging them before the judiciary. No, you are using the executive power to suppressing them, to bringing them, putting them behind bars, and all of that. In this case, the case of IPOB, the case of other freedom fighters, whereas the country is boiling, it is in shatters. The center in Abuja here, all these things I have narrated, Doctor, happened in Abuja. So it is very appalling, it is very bad, and I don't know certainly where we would start to rejoin in these pieces of broken Africa as a continent. Very appalling, Doctor, I must say.
Thank you very much, Captain Kikwas Ikipe. Let me bring in Graduate Kiragu. You have heard for yourself from Abuja. What is your comment?
Yes, I'll start by good afternoon to you, Doc, and Miriam, and to our viewers. Yes, I've heard what the captain has said, and I think all these issues, there's one thing that the government needs to prioritize, that is in Nigeria. Lack of education is one of the reasons why Nigeria is still underdeveloped, because due to illiteracy and lack of, a lot of people in Nigeria now lack the technical know-how required to develop the country. So the government ought to make the education there a priority, and one of it should be top of its agenda. Another thing of how I understand Nigeria, what's lacking, Nigerian economic potential is also constrained by many structural issues, including inadequate infrastructure, tariff and non-tariff barriers to trade. We got lack of confidence in currency valuation and limited foreign exchange capacity. But also, I'll more dwell on the lack of education part. The government should make education in Nigeria a priority, and to curb up the illiteracy with the people of Nigeria.
Okay, thank you very much. You cannot give them education when you cannot give them a right to vote, to where to exist. You know, there are two parts of Nigeria, the Biafra and the other Nigeria. The Biafrans want a state of their own because they can never be part and parcel of the Nigeria where Buhari has killed them and continues to kill them. That is what the state of affairs is here. And not only Biafra, several places, the Europe and the people are saying, this can't happen. A forced marriage took place, and therefore we have a problem here. And people want to go away from this type of mess. You cannot have rebels coming to take, ISIS coming to kill, kidnappers coming to kidnap, people coming to rape in one country. Then there is no fuel, there are no roads, there are no schools, people live on water. Some houses in the southeast near Lagos, Port Harcourt, people live on water. Yet a country produces oil, crude oil, but it has no petrol at the petrol station. Is this not madness? Do you blame a Muzungu? Do you blame a white man for having come to discover oil, maybe? Well, whom do you blame here? Whom do you blame here? You blame the leader. The leader is Buhari. Buhari has let us down, has let everybody down. He's busy amassing wealth. He's busy counting his days when he will go back to retire in his own home. But the worst part is that in his own home, he has a problem. Because there are people, they are kidnapping people in the northern Nigeria. The same terrorists are killing people there. So there you are. That's where we are. That's what the state of Nigeria is today. Is Nigeria falling apart? Miriam, your view. Come back and as we conclude. Keeper, we have been working since morning and we did not want to leave our brothers of Biafra without a coverage. And we wanted to get your insight from Abuja, so prepare your last notes on how you will come back, because after this, we would like to switch to another. There's a program coming on the top of the hour in the next 15 minutes. We need to disengage and get some other things happening. We have quite a lot of respect. We don't know what is going to happen in court, but if the court is going to rule today that Nnamdi Kanu can go home and stay home, then the truth of the whole matter of how he was kidnapped, how he was rented from wherever he was, will come out. And some of us are willing to hear the story because we want to hear the correct and nothing but the correct story. Miriam.
And mine perhaps is a question to Captain Chikwas, since he's there, and among the directives that was given by the Chief Judge yesterday, Justice John, he said that there will be no media coverage of the court proceedings unless ordered by the trial judge. That is, if there's a case on terrorism there, and of course one of the charges that has been leveled against Nnamdi Kanu is terrorism. So there will be no media coverage unless the trial judge ordered so. So my question is, has the trial judge allowed for media coverage? And if not, how is this matter being covered in Nigerian media today?
Captain Kikwas Onu Ikipe.
We seem to have lost him there. I think.
Yeah. Yes, Doctor. The new development right now is that the trial justice of the Federal High Court presiding over Nnamdi Kanu's trial has, upon the affidavits submitted before her, struck out 8 count charges out of the 15, bordering on treasonable felony and terrorism. That is to say, out of the 15 count charge, 8 count charge has been struck off, amid the allegations leveled against the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu. And at the moment, the defense team has brought upon an application before the justice towards granting bail, the bail of, what is it called? The IPOB leader. So what I'm trying to say in essence, the judge has struck off 8 count charge out of the 15.
God, great. God is great. God is great. God is great. That has been my prayer.
Yeah, and at the same time, the defense team has filed a bail application to granting bail Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader. So we are here. We are in the waiting to hear from the justice, the trial justice, to know what would be of this very application. That is the situation report, Doctor.
Now,
is he able to tell us maybe what charges have been struck out?
There are 8 charges.
So which ones are these? Which ones are these? Is he able to name them?
Terrorism has been cut off.
Well, I understand Miriam's questions, but here, right now, in specific analysis or in specific terms, I cannot call out the 8 charges, but you should understand, everyone should understand, those 15 count charges are interrelated. Ab initio, those charges are worthless. They even repeated the charges, they duplicated those charges, which amounted to 15 during those allegations. But in due course, as time proceeds, we shall relate to us the specific number of charges and, those charges that were struck out of those allegations.
Mm-hmm.
So, in essence, Miriam, I understand your question now. In essence, the charges that are remaining, if they are applying for bail, if the lawyers are applying for bail, because treason previously, the bail application was rejected because of 3 charges of terrorism and so on. So if they are applying for bail now, Captain, does it mean that the terrorism charge has been withdrawn?
Very well. The bail application is on health grounds, owing to the health of Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader, whose health has been in shambles. He has had a deteriorating health since he was kidnapped from Kenya, since he was illegally renditioned. So he has not been allowed access to his own medical team. So all of this contributed, or all of these are base ingredients in the bail application.
Mm-hmm. And my earlier question, maybe you did not get, is because one of the directives by the chief judge there was for not to allow media coverage in the court. So how is the Nigerian media covering this story there today?
Yeah, the Nigerian media, most of them are outside here. The court premises are waiting briefings from the prosecution and from the defense team. That is basically the official way of coverage. But we could get hold of information from the courtroom based on what we have there. That's what I could say for now.
All right. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Captain, keep, my number. Keep on and give me a signal. We shall be back at the top of the hour or later on when the court proceedings are over to interview you. Thank you very much, Captain.
That's okay.
And thank you very much, viewers across the continent of Africa and the world who have been watching this live show right from Abuja, the capital city of falling Nigeria. Nigeria is falling apart. Rebels are taking the northern part, terrorists are killing people, and then in the southern east of Nigeria, several people are being killed Maybe over 2,000 people have disappeared. 2,000 people unheard of. They don't know where they are. Younger men have been never brought to court. Is this a state that Africa should be proud of? I think time has come for Africa to review itself, its position. What next is Africa? Where do we go from here? A falcon does not hear another falcon. What was the saying, Captain Ikipa? I don't want to lose that one, medium. A falcon does not hear the falconer.
Okay, yeah, that was the saying of that very Irish poet I did mention.
The Irish poet.
Yeah,
Yes.
let me come again to giving you the first stanza of that very poem. Those are the poems that gives us, that did give us inspiration as activists we are. The poem says, "Churning and churning in the widening gyre, the falcon cannot hear the falconer. Things
Yes.
are falling apart. The
Stop
center
there.
cannot
It
grow."
means the jailer. The jailer cannot hear the jailed. And then you are also, the jailer becomes the jailed. Oh, no. All right, I get it. The falconer cannot hear the falconer. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Graduate Kiragu, any point you make as I close down?
No, I think I've also learned from Captain.
And you have not learned from Miriam and myself since morning.
I've really learned a lot too. There's some things I needed to understand about Nigeria.
Yeah, that there's no Nigeria, and when you come on the show next time, is Biafra. They don't belong to Nigeria. They don't belong to the zoo. Nigeria is a zoo where they were all cut and put there, but they don't,
Oh, yeah.
they don't benefit.
Okay.
Of course, Nigeria is a zoo by default, full of wild animals. Full of wild animals. When you want to understand the kind of wild animals,
Falconers.
yeah, George Orwell's Animals Farm is a child's play to what we have here in Nigeria. So it is full of wild animals, killing people killing people with no just cause. That is a replica of what is happening in Nigeria. 2023 elections is upcoming. So let us know whether or not this very election would hold in the first place. Because as I said, there was a proverbial adage I laid to us that nobody sensible would be able to leave their homestead on fire to chasing a mere rodent. So let us see how it goes. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you. God bless you. God bless all of you. Miriam, thank you very much for the courtesy, the tenacity, the steadfastness. If you have engaged in this show since morning, 9 o'clock, we now call it a day and we meet here on Sunday. I can do the Sunday show if you want, and you can do it from the other side. Don't worry.
That would be nice. Thank you so much.
Yes, that will. And the Kiragu, thank you very much, and thank you very much, Captain Ikipe from Abuja, Nigeria, our correspondent. And the captain, don't on the captain, can I address you?
Total madness.
Go ahead, please.
I want you to be, yes, take that picture. Studio, take that picture. Stand there, take that picture. Biafra for Africa, yes. Send me that picture. I want to use it.
I shall do that.
No. We are taking it from the studio this way.
Okay.
Studio, cut it and send it. Now, Captain, let me tell you, I don't only wait to come in on days. Be our correspondent, be whatever you are, even if you are in Port Harcourt or Lagos or whatever you are. Talk to us. Always join Punchline Africa, and we talk. Thank you very much, Captain.
Well, that's okay. I shall be at the disposal of this very platform, Punchline Africa TV. Thank you very much. I also want to appreciate your crew members. I can only remember Miriam
Miriam,
the other
yes.
persons, yeah, yes, yes.
New
Miriam.
faces, Gladwell, Kiragu. When you come to Nairobi one day, you have a free visa entry. You will come and meet us. We are here. Kenya
That's okay.
does not have visa restriction against Nigerians or anybody. You can always arrange to come. Thank you very much. Keep going and keep working. We are here to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu, all the charges that they leveled against him, collapse. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, George.